Good evening everyone. Let me introduce myself first. I am Dr. Shashibala Bhosle. I am an obstetrician and a gynecologist. I have been working in a government setup for last 32 years and I have put in majority of my time into maternal health and family welfare. So maternal health involves number one, pregnancy, motherhood. You all know what is motherhood. It is not a huge difficult task, uphill task. It is a very simple procedure. So first let me get rid of the myths, the cobwebs in your minds which you have about maternity. So now what is pregnancy? Pregnancy is when you conceive after having a natural fertilization, you get pregnancy of 280 days. So we divide the pregnancy into three parts. First trimester, second and third. That I think everybody knows. So in first trimester, first thing when you miss a period, what you do? You get your urine pregnancy test done. Then if it comes positive, what should be the reaction? You should be happy. Why? Because very few people are lucky to get pregnant on their own. Nowadays, we see lot of people who are craving to get pregnant but they are unable to do so. Well, we'll keep that apart. We'll now discuss once you are pregnant, what do? You must first consult the nearest obstetrician who's your family friend or your mother's friend, and you go and visit her and show her. Majority of the girls I've seen, they get their urine pregnancy test done on their own. That's good. But sometimes it is a weak pregnancy, sometimes the pregnancy is very early, so you might get false negative, false positive. So it's better to show that strip to the doctor. Say, when you have confirmed your pregnancy from the doctor, she will ask you to get some basic tests. In the first trimester, it is mandatory that we must know what is your baseline hemoglobin, CBC, complete blood count for that matter. Secondly, we must know your blood group, which is very important. If it is positive, no problem. If it is negative, then we will deal with that separately. Secondly, if your baseline BP, your baseline weight and your thyroid level, TSH, because that is very important for the proper growth of the baby, and your blood sugar levels. So these are 3-4 important things we must get it done. Nowadays, we are also getting hemoglobin electrophoresis for thalassemia detection. Now, once your diagnosis is done, investigations done, we take your baseline. Normal baseline level should not be less than 40. It should be more than 40 but less than 60. So that is the normal weight. So you won't have problems with the weight. Normal BP 120/80 as everybody knows. Normal hemoglobin should be 11.3 and blood group positive, that suits all. Now, thyroid level should be less than 2.5 and blood sugar levels, the glycosylated hemoglobin we prefer in the first case, that should be less than 5.2. Now your homework is done, your things are done. Now we get your first scan. First scan of ultrasound to see whether the baby is intrauterine, that means inside the uterus, or the baby is somewhere else in the tubes or in the ovaries, that is known as ectopic pregnancy, which is a complication. So ultrasound helps in two ways. It detects pregnancy and it tells you the viability. Viability means that it is a healthy baby. So your obstetrician will tell you to get all these things done. Now this is the first trimester. Now what you will experience? Now you will start complaining that you have dizziness, you have loss of appetite. There are 3 symptoms of the first trimester. First is loss of appetite and vomiting, nausea. Second is lots of urination. And third is constipation. These 3 things are there. So we deal with them one by one. First, morning sickness everybody gets, more so because of hypoglycemia or it is because of B12 deficiency. So make sure you have lots of B12 in your fruits, or you have peanuts, groundnuts, anything that is rich in B12. Now, glucose, you start eating as soon as you get up in the morning. Start having small feeds so you won't have those problems. Thirdly, you can put a mishri. You know what is mishri? That small mishri. You can put it in your mouth and it keeps on melting in your mouth, and drop by drop, just as we put a glucose drip, it melts in your mouth. Thirdly, lots of urination because the first trimester uterus is in the pelvis. Pelvis means it is not in the abdomen, it is in the pelvis. So you have to be extra careful about hygiene. So vaginal hygiene, urinary hygiene should be there. You should wear a good soft underwear, underclothes. And what about constipation? Constipation is also progesteronic effect. It is pregnancy effects. You don't have to put stress on that. Don't have to put pressure. Eat fiber-rich food. That's easy. So you can have lots of kakdi or kheera or whatever that is in the seasonal. You don't have to take anything that nowadays mango is full of fiber. You can have mango. It will give you glucose. It is a wholesome food. So that takes care of the first trimester. Now, what about sleep? All the patients ask me how much sleep. Normally we must sleep 8 hours in the night and 2 hours we must put our feet up in the afternoon. So that take care. We tell the patients about rule of 10. Rule of 10 means at least 10 glasses of water daily minimum. 10 hours sleep, 10 kg weight gain in the whole of pregnancy, at least 10 antenatal checkups in your 9 months pregnancy. But nowadays due to COVID, we are having minimum antenatal checkups, 3 to 4, 4 to 5 will suffice. Now, it's about the first trimester. Now it's clear, first trimester is from the date of, how do we calculate our pregnancy? Now, you must first go and tell the doctor when you have the last menstrual period. That is known as LMP. From that, she will be able to calculate your expected due date. So, suppose your 1st January is your LMP. So that will come out to be 8th of October will be your EDD. So plus we add, there is one McDonald's rule which you need not know, but you have to calculate from the first day of the last menstrual period. So you must know that period because we have to calculate all our calculations from that day. Okay? Now 12 weeks are over. The first trimester is made up of 12 weeks plus 1 week because whole pregnancy of 40 weeks, not 36 weeks. Okay? So, in the first trimester, one more important thing which you must agree that embryogenesis takes place. Embryogenesis means internal organs of the baby are being made. So, brainstem, brain matter, everything. So, folic acid, one more important thing, no calcium, no iron, only folic acid is very, very important in the first trimester which will take care of your brain matter and you won't have neural tube defects. So, and folic acid is very easy to find. Every government supply is there. Also in diet, you have green leafy vegetables that will take care of your folic acid. So in first 3 months, you don't take any painkillers. You don't take any unnecessary vitamins, unnecessary medications. You don't go out much. You don't contract any infections because they are all going to be transmitted to the baby. So first 3 months, you have to be careful about that. So first trimester in a nutshell, cow, pure, soap. And you don't have to worry about anything. So I hope everybody is clear about the first trimester and the myths are I don't eat well, I don't sleep well. So don't worry. You eat, sleep, don't make an issue of it. So little bit of physiology is changing. So you will feel the difference. But you have to go with the diet and with the support of your in-law, your husband, you will carry it through. Now the second trimester is from 12th week onwards to 28 weeks. Now this in 28 weeks, now the baby is formed in the first trimester. Now in the 4th month, you get all these same things. The baby is growing. Now the baby needs more of iron, more of calcium, more of your dietary. Now you will see your appetite will come back. So, you don't have to eat for 2 as they commonly say, oh we have to eat for 2. No, that is not important. What you eat is quality eating. Like you must have more of proteins because the baby's muscle, bones are being made. Calcium. Now, most of the girls are working. So, I would prefer even vitamin D. And we are also giving some protein powders which are rich in alanine for the growth of the baby and for the amniotic fluid because the baby takes all the nutrients from the placentine amniotic fluid. Now by the 5th month you must have one scan at 20 weeks. Why? Because in 20 weeks if you have missed any anomalies at 13 weeks, say that nuchal fold develops, you can catch the nuchal density at that time. So we come to know whether it might go into abnormality, and all the abnormality things are confirmed by the 20 weeks. Since once the breast gets developed, you will feel discharge from the nipples. So it is better to have some breast pads, and you have to have loose bra so that the growth of the breast starts, and it should be natural. Secondly, now after the breast, you might also feel sort of bloating feeling, because now the baby has come up to the umbilicus and it will be growing. So, but now your appetite has come back, so you can have frequent meals, more of proteins, more of iron, more of calcium, more of hydration. You can have coconut water, you can have anything which is natural. It is preferable not to eat outside, and nowadays sanitation is very important. You must wash your hands quite a lot. Repeatedly, you must not touch your face. Those are few things which you have to take. Now immunization is also important. By the first trimester, end of first trimester, we advise immunization of tetanus toxoid. If you are first time pregnant, you take one shot of tetanus toxoid, which is available everywhere. Now your diet should include carbs, proteins and fats. Fats, they say you should take lots of ghee. No, you don't have. You have to take in moderation. You have to take ghee. You can have ghee, but not that you eat more and then your liver is at risk. Then liver has to work more, then you get belching and all that. Anyways, so second trimester is very nice. You can go for small tour. You can take you can even go to Goa. You can go to Vaishno Devi. It is as simple as that. This physiology, pregnancy is a very, very physiological thing. Our body is made for it. So don't make an issue. But you must watch your weight. It should not increase rapidly in 1 month. It should be step by step, it should increase. And also, you need not be on the bed all the time. You have to eat and walk so that you can digest and you feel energetic. So second trimester, I don't think again we will repeat second trimester, our hemoglobin levels, our TSH levels have to be repeated every month, and our sugar levels. Because one thing I would like to impress upon you, in the second trimester, many patients complain of backache. So by 18 to 20 weeks, a muscle relaxant hormone is released in our body, so your muscles feel weak, relaxed, so you may have a backache. So you go in for see that your bed is healthy. Secondly, you can go in for a lubrication, that which you don't have to ingest, you just have to for temporary relief it will give you, and see that your electrolyte levels are good enough. And most important, you lie on your left side. Why left side? Because so the blood flowing to the uterus, to the brain will not be hampered by the weight of the gravid uterus. Now uterus is getting heavy now, so it should not impede the blood flow. That is why doctors advise you to lie on the left atlas, and you won't feel less dizzy. And also this is the time when your BP might shoot up. So you must be very regularly go for antenatal checkup and get your blood pressure, blood sugar down. So now we have crossed the second trimester. Now we are entering into the third trimester. Now you have to be a little bit more cautious. You must, when you enter into the third trimester, now your date is nearing, you get a little bit anxious. Don't have to get anxious. 7th month, 28 weeks, if you have reached, now you're almost reached 36 weeks also. So no need to fret. Now in the third trimester, again, your baby iron stores will be laid. So you must not be anemic this time. You must not have hypoproteinemia. Means you must have adequate protein intake. Otherwise you will get swelling in your feet. Many people complain of ankle edema, your rings getting tight. So in that case, you have to have a lot of fluids, lot of proteins, and urine tests done frequently so that you don't have any infections in the urine. Because if you go to the urination regularly, then you will not have rest. Secondly, you might go into preterm labor, so we don't want to have that complication. Right now we want to have a normal pregnancy. Now normal pregnancy, if you are in the age group of 19 to 23, no problems. If you are more than 30, then you might go into preterm labor. Some complications are there. The placenta might dry up, or you BP might shoot up. So you have to be careful and you must get one scan done. Now remember, ultrasound scan tells you about the baby's health, not about you. So once you get ultrasound done, at the same time you must get your CBC done, so that we know how much is your hemoglobin, how much you'll be able to endure, and you ensure that you take the labor pains now. And this time we start doing some antenatal exercises so that your perineum is get used to that muscle will have to use. So perineal exercises will be taught to you by your obstetrician. They are easy, and if you don't know any, what you can do, least you can do is take deep breathing. Take a deep breath and leave. Take a deep breath and leave, so that your resistance is increased. So now you are having proteins, now you are having calcium, now you are having vitamin D, you have already taken. You have take a fresh air walks, and in the bath also don't take very hot baths or very cold baths, or don't be in the bathroom for a long time. There should be somebody who's all the time with you, so that you have to take little cares which can go into problems, so that you can avoid it. And I would like you to take fruits, not juices. Why? Because juice is too filling. Juice will increase the insulin level, sugar will shoot up, and your juices, salivary juices, will not come into action. We want the mouth, the first salivary gland aids in digestion is your mouth. So whatever you are ingesting should be chewed properly. So take that. And hot milk at bedtime will give you nice sleep. Some you can have gold milk, like you can have a pinch of haldi with the milk, that will give you some antisepsis. And you must rest your eyes, so for eye you can use eye packs and some music to relax your nerves. And you should not bother how will I deliver, whether it will be normal, whether it will be Caesar. That it all amounts to you. See, if the baby is coming vertical, see, if the baby is coming by head side, then 99% patients deliver normally. You have to keep walking, just leave the bed, eat and walk. The 7th, 8th month, it is better you are not confined to a bed until and unless you have some complication, when you have been advised bed rest. Normally, we should go about and keep working. If you are a doctor, if you are an engineer, you don't have to take leave. You can do your job, desk job, any job. You can do continuously, provided you are well hydrated and well fed. So, and injections are already done, TET-VAC and all have already been done, all investigations been done, you have already been given a expected due date. So what all you do, and even if you are giving, suppose you are giving a date, and if you cross that date, don't panic. 7 days, 14 days, we can wait. So best is you just keep walking and having deep breaths, and you will deliver normally. Which frequently come up, like what if the stria persists, I am getting stretch marks. Don't panic, stretch marks will disappear. Stretch marks you have to put an bio oil or some stretch or some, there's so many products available in the market that you can put. Now there was a question about, in these COVID times, she is not able to reach your obstetrician. Say in second trimester, if you are in the second trimester, no need to worry. All the iron you get in your food, you can get in mangoes, you can get in green leafy vegetables, you can get in on sprouts, proteins. So that eating part, your protein part, your vitamin part is fulfilled. Now what next? Investigations. Investigations, make sure you don't get anemia and you don't get shortness of breath. So don't do exposure, sudden cold and sudden hot. Try to take hot water, gargles and all, so that you limit and washing hands. And if you are not able to reach her, you can always contact her on WhatsApp. You can always tell her what are your problems, and if you have headache, you can always take paracetamol, that is safe. Secondly, you should not eat outside food. Don't let anybody come, because you are taking so many precautions. You make sure that nobody, your home people are not going out or somebody else is coming. And as for second trimester, you don't have to worry much, because second trimester, everything, baby has been formed, now baby is growing. By the time you will reach 7th month, the hospitals will be there, and you can always go in the hospital. There are hospitals which are taking precautions, and you have to have a mask. That's it. And investigations, you can, I must know your age. If you are like quadruple marker, triple marker are all there, but they can be, if you are okay, then it's okay. If you don't have GDM, that is gestational diabetes, or you don't have thyroid, hypothyroid, then normal pregnancy people don't have to worry. It's a normal thing. So eggs, preferably you take boiled eggs or well cooked eggs. Raw eggs should not, they should be avoided as far as possible. Alcohol and caffeine drinks, I would prefer not. Instead of, take lime juice, you can take lemon, you can take so many things which you can take. You can take coconut water, that should be done. Should have vegetables, whole grains, fruits, proteins and dairy. Now, how will you identify that you are going to labor? That is also very important. What I tell my patients, don't wait for the pains to start. Sometimes you get to go to urine all the time, or you get like going to the toilet all the time. So that means the baby has come down. And if you are having some leaking, if your clothes get wet without pain, then it is mandatory that you reach the hospital. Otherwise, you will go into dry labor. All your liquor will drain away and the baby will get stuck. So don't wait for pains. And I would prefer in third trimester, not in COVID times, but weekly checkups we used to call our patients. Now, once you have to decipher, if you get contractions which are lasting more than 30 seconds, then you are going into labor. And few people have queries about postpartum blues. So postpartum blues are nothing but now you have delivered, the baby is in your arms, now you are exhausted. So what is the main cause of exhaustion? You are not properly hydrated, you are not properly having sleep, you are not taking proper food, and unnecessary anxiety is biting you, gnawing you. How will I take care of the baby? How will I take care of the work? How will I take care of my husband? So this time you should be confident of yourself. Don't lose confidence. Once you have delivered, you have done a big job. So if it is a normal delivery, you bounce back to normal after 45 days. If it is a cesarean delivery, then also. But since you have stitches, you have to have a binder in place so that you don't feel your tummy is loose. That lax abdomen creates little bit of backache. So have a good binder, and you can have high protein diet, you can listen to good music, you can chat with your friends, you can look at the baby's gimmicks, enjoy motherhood, you can look into her eyes and you shop for her, you ask your husband to be with you all the time so that both of you can play with the baby, and you must relish. So postpartum blues, if they are really making you cry, you cannot sleep, then of course you have to take the help. Of course, you have to show to some psychiatrist, but you don't need to. Frankly, it is just your hormones are again coming back to normal, and this is a temporary phase most of the people go through, but once you are busy, you forget about it. Now girls, you new moms, don't worry, we are with you in this journey. You can anytime, any queries, we are there for you. You can send a message and I'll reply you as soon as I can.